Hi everyone. Well, this is my approach regarding the case. I split those this case on three steps stages. The first step is the quit audit regarding spring health report, and the second one is establish the two bills with the most risk, and the third one is create a repeatable cadence of a sprint for print leadership. Well, for the first part, I have to take a quick audit for the first 2 days, so around 48 hours. Well, I have to spot the current ClickUp board, and what about the start? What about the current ClickUp report? And then I start creating the mapping of four work streams regarding the bills with the different columns, client, status, advanced, deadline, and risk. Um, then I have to identify the tags without estimation or warning, right? Then I convert the Slack blockers into the Slack thread. I have to convert that into the new tags with the warner, the deadline, and action. In the second part, regarding the first 5 days, well, I create well, I start with a meeting for each engineers of the owner of the blocker, right? For it with each people or person. I create a meeting with that to understand what about the blockers, right? Then I classify the tags in three different status: critical, important, or default. Um, then I estimate the 40% of tasks without estimation using the history points of planning poker or the t-shirts, uh, large, extra large, right? Then I assign the owner to each task in ClickUp to create the body in ClickUp. And the third part is create the repeatable cadence of a sprint for pre-leadership um, into the six from the six to unto the 30 days. I create the well, I manage the regular standard for 15 minutes with about yesterday, what about today, and what about the blockers of the tags. Um, using we can use an assign weight in Slack. For example, if we don't say something in the stand-up daily, we can uh, say something into the Slack channel, right? To know what about the blockers or status or important things that we need to know. Well, in my case, I can use the AI tools to take the notes, right? In my thinking, I think the first thing, the most important is first shipping and then optimize things. Well, regarding the questions, well, this is my approach. Um, well, the first question, I think the most important is talking out with each engineer about the blockers, creating a meeting for 30 minutes. Um, to know what about the blockers and make a great planification to include a better code, right? A better code and the deadlines, right? Mm, Regarding the second question, I can I can describe yeah, I described in this part. I can create a 15 minutes or 15 minutes of stand-ups for regular stand-ups with the questions about yesterday, about today, about the blockers, using a good estimation method like a planning poker or history points, right? And yeah, to resolve the blockers. Mm, and then I need to estimate, or yeah, I need to estimate what about the structure of the blocker, because for each blocker we can create the warner, the deadline, and action, right? Well, regarding the third question or third part, mm, well, what about the communication with the leaderships? Um, well, I can present the a table with the four work streams with the uh, columns, client, status, advanced, deadlines, and risks to know what about the deadlines, what about the blockers, yeah, to create like a screenshot to know what about, okay, what about today, what about our status, right? Regarding the fourth question, yeah, I can use the AI tool, for example, to convert the notes in the meetings. I can use the cloud, I can use the Notion to create the notes about the meetings of the blockers, generate templates about the status or updates, right? Create a summarize of the Slack channel about the blockers, for example. And I also create a template of definition of down. What about the down for us? Yeah, I can use many tools like Cloud or Notion or Gemini to take a notes of the meetings, for example. Well, regarding the last question, mm, in that case, I can redesign the ClickUp, right? I can redesign the ClickUp from scratch, create new dashboards, complete dashboards, mm, create a documentation of the process. Yeah, we need first establish the most important bills that we need to chip, right? And then I can automate all around that. The most important thing is shipping the bills, and the rest of the things or items is secondaries in background, right? That's the first thing for me. Thank you.